Chris, you wanted a reaction from Tuesday. Didn't get it, did you?
No. Made some poor decisions for the goals against. Although we pushed second half, should have had a penalty for a blatant handball to get us back into it. We just showed a lack of quality in the final third.
And the reaction to going 1-0 down, I imagine, was pretty disappointing because had seemed to drop at that point.
I don't think they did necessarily. I think that it was a very poor goal to give away, which, you know, we hadn't worked on that. You know, it was a simple throw-in and in our possession, and it was just wrong decision making. And they showed a bit of naivety there, and yeah, we tried to get ourselves back in the game by throwing bodies forward, got caught on the counter for the second.
And the second goal as well, from your own corner, that must have been very disappointing. Yeah,
a couple of players not doing the jobs that they were told to do, but they've accepted that in the changing room and held hands up. So yeah, Tuesday's becoming a very big game for us.
And you started with the 3-5-2. Sam Pearson was the wing back, but you changed it to Jory Johnson. Why did you originally make that decision?
Just because we wanted to create them a problem in a little pocket and overload them. Both players are capable of playing in those positions, and so that was why I changed it.
Do you feel like that system's working for you?
Well, it has done in previous games, and it's a case of having quality to be able to deliver no matter what shape you play, and that won't change at this club or any other club up and down the country. And it's about having players that make the right decisions at the right times no matter what shape you play. It's something we've discussed a lot, obviously, because it's our job, and something we'll continue to discuss leading into the Aldershot game.
And are you feeling you having to make a lot of changes each game? Is that part of the problem?
No, sometimes I'm forced into it because of injury or suspension. Today, unless I can reverse a suspension for Matt Worthington, I can't play Matt Worthington. And if someone's injured, I can't play them. So they're clear ones. You're changing it in some instances in the forward lines to try and get a spark, to try and get a reaction, and for somebody to produce the goods in the final third. And that's why any manager changes a team.
And Oldham just above you in the league. They've leapfrogged you now. You're 1 point ahead of the relegation zone. Is it a relegation battle now?
It's a challenge of a job, and it was a challenge of a job when I walked into it. So, I had a long conversation with a manager very close to this football club very recently, who also had challenges and some of the toughest times in his career. So it was never going to be easy, and we need some recruits, we know that, and we've been working hard to do that. Again, you can't just go and sign players on vast amounts of money to give you that immediate result or that immediate performance. And so it's a case of still looking and searching, which we are, which we still will be doing on Monday, leading up to the Tuesday game. And that won't stop.
And I know you'll know that some fans are calling for a change in management. Yeah. Are you worried about that at all?
No, because I am passionate about this job. I believe I'm the man for the job, otherwise I wouldn't have taken it. We are in a situation where we've got to show some serious amounts of resilience, I get that. And there are players in there that haven't been through this before. My job is to just look to try and win the next game, and that's all I can focus on.
And we spoke briefly about the next game. Home to Aldershot feels very big now, doesn't it?
They're all big. They're all big. Playing Solihull or Chesterfield or Wrexham at home, they're all big. Every game's a big game in this league, and all teams are competitive. That's a fact. And I get that the fans are frustrated and there's unrest. Again, the players, and myself and the staff thank the fans for coming. Long journey, costing money, and I appreciate that. And there's no way of getting around that. I've got to say that because it's the truth. I think second half, I don't think the players gave up. I think the players kept trying. There's no two ways about that. They'll always do that. There was just a lack of final third quality.
And 144 made the long trip. You did make sure that you went over to say thank you to them, but it's a really tough run of form you're on at the moment.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, in the league, we'd lost 1 in 6 in the league before this game, but we haven't won enough games. And the draws we've had have been good performances, but we haven't managed to either keep on to a result or win the games. I'm aware of that, of course I am. But there's a lot of games to go, there's a lot of points to be won, there's a lot of fights still in there, and the fight's still the same with me as it was from the day I walked in.
For your time, Chris.